So one of the myths is that you have to change your implants every 10 years. And the reason it's a myth is because there was a study that was published maybe 15, 20 years ago now. And it was a very famous study. And what they did in that study is they took all of these young women before breast augmentation and they followed them through the entire process of breast augmentation. It was a long-term study that looked at what happened to these patients over the course of 15, 20 years. When they measured like how many patients had reoperations or how many patients ended up changing their implants, what they saw was that when they grafted, let's say this is time, and this is the number of people who got reoperated on, at about 10 years it spiked. And it looked like all these women started getting reoperated on after 10 years. Everyone saw that and said, you have to change your implants after 10 years. But that's not what happened. If you read the article, what really happened is this. All these women that were enrolled in the study were enrolled in their early 20s. What happened over the next 10 years is that a lot of them went on to get pregnant, have a baby, breastfeed, maybe have another pregnancy, another breastfeeding session. Maybe they gained weight, lost weight. After 10 years, their breasts look completely different. Maybe they were saggy. Maybe they were too big or too small. Whatever it was, they were no longer happy with the way it looked. And then they chose to have another surgery. So a large percentage of those patients did have another surgery because they wanted to, not necessarily because of any problem with the implant itself. So that's why I tell patients, as long as you're happy and you don't have any issues, you never have to change your implants. Most patients will want to change their implants at some point because of aging, because of sagging. Believe it or not, a patient almost 80 years old get breast augmentation. And it was because she had breast implants earlier in her life. She was a very healthy, vibrant, energetic 80-year-old. She was like 80 going on 50. And she wanted to look great. So she had her implants changed, but she didn't need to. So that implant could have lasted her whole life. She just chose not to. If you're happy and you don't have any issues, you never need to change your implants.